My wife said she was with her sister, but her sister was with me. It was a quiet Saturday afternoon when I got a message from my wife saying she'd be out for a few hours. She said she was meeting her sister Sarah for lunch and some shopping. That sounded normal. They were close, and weekends were usually their time to catch up. I didn't think twice about it until my phone buzzed again. This time, it was Sarah. She asked if I was home and said she was nearby, planning to drop off the old camera I had lent her. I told her to come over. She arrived in about 15 minutes, holding the camera and a cup of coffee. When she came in, I laughed and said, "You two just can't stay away from each other, huh?" She looked confused. "What do you mean? You and my wife? Weren't you two out together today?" I asked, still smiling. Sarah tilted her head. "No, I haven't seen her since last weekend." The room went quiet for a moment. She looked at me, waiting for an explanation. I quickly brushed it off, saying maybe my wife had mixed up her plans. Sarah left a few minutes later, and I sat there staring at my phone, replaying the message from my wife in my head. Why would she lie about being with her sister? It wasn't like her, and it wasn't a big thing to hide, or at least it shouldn't have been. I waited for her to come home. I didn't want to jump to conclusions or accuse her of anything. When she finally walked in, she looked calm and casual, holding a shopping bag and humming a song. I asked how her day was, and she said, "Nice, spent some time with Sarah." That's when I knew for sure she was hiding something. I didn't bring it up right away. I wanted to see if she'd come clean on her own. But the next morning, I sat down with her and gently told her that Sarah had come over yesterday and said she hadn't seen her all week. There was a long silence. Finally, she sighed and said she hadn't been with Sarah. She just needed some time alone. She went to a park, walked around, sat at a cafe, and cleared her head. She didn't want to explain it to anyone, and not even me, so she told a small lie. It hurt more than I expected. Not because she went out alone, but because she felt she had to lie to do it. We had a long talk. I told her I would have understood if she'd just said she needed space. Everyone needs that sometimes. She nodded, admitting that she didn't know how to say it without making me feel bad. In the end, the problem wasn't where she went. It was the gap in trust. But talking about it helped us both understand each other better. Now when she needs quiet time, she tells me. And when I need it, I do the same. It turns out honesty doesn't always lead to arguments. Sometimes it leads to a better connection.